What's up, everybody? Rusty Buckets of the 2 Buck Sports Show here with your post-game bounce of the Memphis Grizzlies 120-103 home loss last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder. What started out as a promising 5-game homestand ended with a 1-4 record. Grizzlies just were outclassed last night. We saw what it takes to be the best team in the Western Conference last night, and we're not there yet. Oklahoma City has one of the best 2 players in the NBA right now. He's a free throw merchant. He is incredibly frustrating to watch play basketball as he hunts foul after foul and gets foul after foul. I mean, it was so bad that OKC used a challenge in the first quarter because they were just so appalled that SGA got an offensive foul early. It's the disparity in calls was big last night. Just watching SGA hook and squirm and wiggle his way into fouls if you breathed on him. And then John Morant getting full force taken out by Jalen Williams, Fort Smith, Arkansas, Jalen Williams, as Pete Pranica called him last night, with a lean forward and his body coming into Jaws and taking him out. And the ESPN guys said that's verticality to me. And it clearly wasn't. But the whistle is unbelievably slanted towards Oklahoma City. But regardless, SGA had 41 last night. We did not give up a 50 piece on a Wednesday to SGA, but he played 35 minutes. He was 10 for 10 from the free throw line last night. But speaking of free throws, John Morant tied Uncle Jeff Green, going 6 for 6 last night with free throws. He has now made 40 consecutive free throws, which is quite the feat, to tie Jeff Green, Grizzlies legend, Jeff Green, from the free throw line for the franchise record. I mean, it's impressive what he's doing at the free throw line. Less so what he's doing behind the three-point line. Was 0 for 7 last night before he had his first three. Props to Ja for confidence in shooting those threes, but I just wish he would attack a little bit more. He needs to figure out a mid-range. Obviously he's great at the rim with body control and getting to the bucket. Three-point game, three-point shots just not quite there. If we could find a happy middle ground, that'd be great to kind of take away some of those threes that may be shooting us out of games a little bit. But maybe they'll start falling. Again, big props for the confidence to shoot the ball so much from three. Ja finishing with 24 points in 32 minutes last night to lead the Grizzlies. 36% from the floor is not great. 8 for 22, but 2 for 9 from 3. But again, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. And John Morant looked engaged in the first half. It was a competitive game up until halftime. I believe we were down by 6 points at halftime. And we're in the fight. We were showing up. We were playing good ball. We were right in the thick of it. And then the third quarter is where it kind of got out of hand. They pulled away from us in the third quarter, showed kind of what it takes to be, again, the best team in the Western Conference. They're deep. They have guys that can shoot deep on this team. Aaron Wiggins, Jalen Williams, obviously SGA. Hartenstein was the perfect fit in the post for this team. They led by as much as 21 points late in the fourth quarter. Our biggest lead was 2 with the 7:53-minute mark in the first quarter. But we were just outclassed last night by the better basketball team. They managed their rotations and minutes better, and I'm done arguing about Taylor Jenkins, but he's just not the guy. Oklahoma City manages their minutes better. They have more wings that can shoot, and they know it too. It's bad when Jalen Williams, not the good Jalen Williams, but again, the Fort Smith, Arkansas Jalen Williams yells Cancun at your bench. That kind of shows you where you're at. We've got a long way to go. We've got a lot of things to continue to clean up. We had 15 turnovers last night, which was not awful. We actually tied them with points in the paint at 46, something we're consistently good at, and had more fast break and second chance points than the Thunder last night. So there were some silver linings, some bright spots. We got a lot of things to clean up, but we were better in the paint. We had 20 to 15 fast break points, and we had 12 to 3 second chance points. It was nice to not see us give up a barrage of offensive rebounds like we did the last time the Thunder came to the FedEx Forum, and I was there on February the 8th. It was nice to see us kind of get back in the game rebounding. Rebounding them 49 to 39. We showed that we can be tough in the paint getting rebounds. Shots just weren't falling for us tonight. Once again, we shot 40% from the field. Oklahoma City shot 50%, 26% from 3. Oklahoma City shot 41%. And I think that's kind of where I want to hang my hat here as I close this out, because I'm not going to spend a ton of time on what was a miserable game last night. Couple of things, John Morant said that he was hurt more than he let on and probably should have been out with the deltoid contusion, which is a bruise. I don't love the optics of that. A contusion is a bruise. If there's more to it than that, like, I think, need to come out and say, hey, this is definitely more than just a shoulder bruise. But he did not feel like he should go last night. He felt pressure to play at a national TV game against SGA, and he went out and fought like a warrior and had 24 points. But there's a lot of cracks with this team right now. Since the All-Star break, since the trade deadline, we are 3-8. In those games, we're shooting just over 31% from three. That's the second worst three-point shooting percentage in the NBA. Like, shots are just not falling. Prior to that, we were shooting 38th, which was 5th in the NBA. So prior to the trade deadline, we were shooting the ball better from three, and it showed. We had a better record. We were beating teams, a lot of them bad teams, but we were still beating teams and shooting the ball fairly well from three. Have not been doing so in the second half. Again, we still continue to not get calls. We still continue to watch SGA and the Thunder get a really tight whistle, and then we kind of get mugged before we get a call. It's still frustrating to watch, as we know that's our MO. We as fans know, the players got to know that. I know it's got to be frustrating on so many levels as a player, but you can't stand there and argue that and then let the other team get a run-out layup or a run-out dunk and swing the momentum in the tide of the game. All in all, again, it's something we can learn. Taylor Jenkins said he saw progress, so we're making progress in the game. I would agree with that from a rebounding standpoint, and a turnover battle was a little bit better last night, given that Oklahoma City is the best team in the league at forcing turnovers. I think that TJ is correct that we saw some progress. But again, like the last time we played the Thunder, I'll give him credit. They killed us on the offensive glass. They got second and third and fourth shot chance opportunities. And last night, Oklahoma City didn't get their first offensive rebound until the 5:37 mark of the second quarter. So kudos to the guys for wrestling the ball away, getting rebounds, and showing up in a big way in the paint. Again, Ja continues to get murdered while SGA gets such a light whistle. But all in all, some things you can learn, some things you can take away. The Thunder are the class of the Western Conference with their suffocating defense, and we see that that's kind of where we've got to get to. So we got big decisions coming up. Do we shut down John Morant for a little bit until that shoulder gets fully healthy, or until Jaren comes back? Do we, look towards the off season as a time to make some moves and be aggressive at adding to this team? We'll see. We'll see what the front office says, but I think there are some holes here. Desmond Bane last night, kind of a pedestrian game, 15 points in 33 minutes. Scottie Pippen Jr. was a menace defensively. Him and Brandon Clark continue to give great defensive effort. Pip had 15 points in 21 minutes last night, 3 steals. He only had 3 turnovers to 3 assists. Again, not your everyday point guard, but he was pesky and gave great effort on defense last night. Gigi continues to struggle. Vince's shot is just not quite there. He finished with 12 points last night. We're deep, but are we as deep as we thought? I guess we'll see, and we'll see what the front office thinks. But all in all, 1-4 on the homestand. You hit reset. It's time to flush it and hit the road. We don't play again until Friday night, where we play at Dallas, 6:30 p.m. tip. Once again on ESPN at the Mavericks on Friday. So we just got to flush it. Like I said, time to move on. Go beat the Mavericks. As always, go Grizz.